Hi, my name is Darby Smith and I farm here in Blairsville, Georgia with my husband Elliot on Sundog Farm. And today we're going to talk about biodynamic farming practices. Biodynamic agriculture is a system of sustainable farming that is easy to do and inexpensive to implement. This method utilizes the natural forces of our planet to have a positive impact on the crops in our gardens and fields. The backbone of biodynamic farming is the generation of fertility, which comes from cover cropping, crop rotation, livestock manures, erosion control, slow-release fertilizers such as rock phosphates and compost, and the biodynamic preparations. The biodynamic preparations are fermented herbal remedies that are made using animal parts and plant parts that have crucial energetic relationships. These can be made on farm or purchased online. There are several working parts necessary to have a biodynamic farm. There's biological diversity, which is the balance of wild and domesticated animals on the farm, in the soils, in the waters, and in the atmosphere. There's also diversity in crop rotation, which is utilizing annuals and perennials to enhance and diversify your growing spaces. Another important feature of the farm is a purified water source. A purified water source can be anything like a stream or a wetland or a pond on your property. One of the purest forms of water that we have is rain. On this farm in particular, we don't have an irrigation system, and that comes from the holistic management of our farm. Another important thing to consider is minimizing bare soil on your farm. If you have bare soil, put it in a cover crop or mulch it. Bare soil that is exposed leaches nutrients. Ideally, for a balanced biodynamic farm organism, you need to have livestock. Livestock create the fertilizer that we spread on our fields and are an important part of the compost that we create here on the farm. Even with the proper and holistic management of your farm, there are challenges. Some of these challenges include diseases, pests, and weeds. Biodynamic farming manages these problems without the use of synthetic herbicides, pesticides, or fertilizers. For instance, pests are dealt with through timed plantings, cover cropping, and maintaining a healthy wild habitat for predators. Diseases can be managed on the farm through harvesting when it's not too wet, through crop rotations, planting things in different fields, and through the holistic management of your soil. Weeds are a problem here and on many farms, but they can tell you a lot about your soil. Certain weeds grow where certain nutrients are lacking or in excess. If you observe the weeds in your garden, you can take the necessary steps to holistically manage your soil and increase the fertility. When starting on a fresh piece of land and you would like to use biodynamic preparations, one of the easiest ways to get started is to use barrel compost. Barrel compost is a mix of the 8 biodynamic preparations, eggshells, basalt powders, and rock phosphates. This preparation is used as an inoculant. It stimulates the soil's energy and its soil biology. Now let's make some barrel compost. You'll need the actual fermented barrel compost itself. You'll need 3 gallons of water. You'll need a stirring rod, and you'll need something to use to distribute this through the fields. That can be a squirt bottle, a spray backpack. I like to use this old school bamboo brush. To begin, you're going to take 1/3 cup of the barrel compost and you're going to put it in your water. Now I'm going to stir the preparation. I have to stir it for 20 minutes in total, and what this does is it separates the water out into laminar layers. This means that the cold, dense water moves to the bottom and the hot water moves to the top. It'll create a vortex, and I'm going to make a vortex and then break the vortex. This will distribute oxygen throughout the solution and it will potentize the herbal remedy. Barrel compost is distributed through the fields utilizing homeopathic methods. This simply means that a small amount of the barrel compost is sprinkled with water throughout our entire growing space. I've barely touched on the beautiful intricacies of biodynamic farming, and if you'd like more information, I suggest you try out this book, A Biodynamic Farm. It was written by Hugh Lovell, my inspiration and mentor, right here on this farm, and it's Georgia specific, which is great for growers here in the Southeast. Now we've organized all the energy in our fall growing spaces, which will help lead us to an abundant harvest. This is an easy, inexpensive way to work with nature to balance out holistically all the natural forces the world gives you to work with.